I'm standing!
All right, we're gonna take a break. Deputy, take him in the hole.
In these courtrooms, the weight of justice meets the depths of human tragedy. From brutal murders to unimaginable betrayals, these are the moments when life sentences are handed down and families left shattered. This is Christopher Plascon, who brutally murdered his classmate Margaret Sanchez in a senseless act of violence. The pain he caused forever changed the lives of her family and friends.
Christopher was profoundly ill on April 25, 2014. As he told the probation officers each and every day, all he thinks about is this should not have happened.
Is there anything you guys want to say?
Margaret's mother. My daughter was full of life. She had dreams, hopes. She was kind. She didn't deserve this.
Later, she spoke to reporters for the very first time when I asked her what was in her heart.
My feelings is that Margaret is in my soul. She walks with me every day, and we will be doing a lot of magnificent things in the future with her leading.
This is what the judge had to say. For the crime of first-degree murder, I sentence you to life in prison without the possibility of parole. This is Margaret Allen, convicted of murdering her housekeeper in a fit of rage. Her remorse may be real, but it can't undo the horror of her crime.
Did you feel sorry when you said, thank God that's over?
No, that's not true. I didn't do that. I didn't say that.
Your daughter talked about what you'd asked her to do. Go get some tape so that you could tape up your friend, right? The one that you felt so sorry for.
I wasn't never no I was always a loving, caring person.
In her final words, she expressed sorrow for her crime, but for the family left behind, her words could do little to ease the anguish of losing a loved one to such a brutal act. This case serves as a grim reminder of how a single, violent moment can change lives forever.
I'm angry about it, yes, but I forgive you.
Allen will be sentenced in February. At 6, my interview with
Matthew
the victim's
Moreno, responsible for the tragic death of a child he was supposed to protect. His negligence shattered an innocent life, leaving a family in ruins.
What's the problem? Tell me exactly what happened.
I just, son.
What do you mean you just, son?
I'm hearing voices.
Okay. How old's your son? Where's your son now? Where?
In the
What
living
began
room.
as a simple responsibility became a tragedy that would haunt the victim's family, leaving them shattered and heartbroken. Moreno's negligence cut short a precious life, and as the sentencing unfolded, the court bore witness to the immense grief felt by those left behind, a reminder that trust, once broken, can never be fully restored.
A 4-count indictment. We have had full discussions and disclosure, and all evidence that the state of Ohio intended on using in this case has been transferred to the defense. It is my understanding that today this defendant is prepared to withdraw his not guilty plea and enter a plea of guilt as outlined. The state is going to respectfully request that this court, with regards to count 1, delete the victim under 13.
Matthew's behavior in the courtroom was marked by an almost detached remorse. While he expressed regret for his actions, his demeanor often seemed disconnected from the pain he had caused.
The second speaker is Jamie Lopez, the aunt of
Moreno remained quiet, avoiding eye contact, until the aunt wanted to give a statement.
I'm standing!
All right, we're gonna take a break. Deputy, take him in the hole himself, whatever.
This is Jason Harris. He took the life of another person, his reckless actions casting a shadow of grief over an innocent family. Known to those close to him as a friend, his crime revealed a side no one could have anticipated. The family of his victim filled the courtroom, their faces etched with anger and sorrow as they watched Harris face justice. For them, the pain is everlasting. Their loved one is gone, and Harris's sentencing, though just, can never restore the person they lost.
Best way I can say it is you already wanted all the stuff. You sacrificed your daughters. Right? You took away their mother. That's the first thing you did. You took away their mother.
This is Philip Snyder, an elderly man from Ohio, appeared in court for the murder of his wife, Roberta Snyder. Philip and Roberta Snyder seemed like your typical elderly couple. Married for decades, they were no strangers to the challenges of growing old together. But in January 2018, their story took a sinister turn. A road trip to Graceland, Tennessee, ended in tragedy. Philip Snyder returned home alone. His wife, Roberta, was missing. To neighbors, his explanation seemed tragic yet simple. She had died on the trip, and he panicked. But as details began to emerge, the story became more twisted than anyone could have imagined. What started as an investigation into a missing person quickly unraveled into something much darker. Investigators were suspicious. No medical records of Roberta's death. No body. Only a trail of lies.
Hey, Phil. Are you Phil? Yeah. You mind if I step in for a second?
Sure, good morning.
How you doing?
Doing good.
Good.
Authorities learned that Philip claimed Roberta had died in a hotel room in Tennessee. According to him, overwhelmed by grief and fear, he had wrapped her body in plastic and discarded it in the Tennessee River. But the truth was even more horrifying. Desperate for answers, police sent in an undercover officer, posing as someone offering help to cover up the crime. And just like that, Philip began to talk. He revealed a calculated plan.
So, doing something. Actually, right again.
On the morning of January 2nd, 2018, Philip struck Roberta in the head multiple times with a metal object in their home, killing her instantly. The couple had embarked on a 9-hour road trip to Graceland, but it was nothing more than a cover-up. Philip's confession was as cold as it was disturbing. He transported her body in the truck and, after a brief stop in Tennessee, dumped her in a ravine along the route. Philip's tale would have remained a mystery, if not for the relentless efforts of the investigators. His lies about a natural death were shattered. They now faced a man who not only killed his wife, but went to great lengths to hide her body and avoid capture. In July 2018, Philip Snyder stood in front of a judge, his fate sealed. His confession of aggravated murder was heard by the court, and the charges of gross abuse of a corpse confirmed the horrific details of the crime. At 74 years old, he was sentenced to 20 years to life. This case shocked the small community of Hartville, Ohio. How could a man, married for over 50 years, commit such a brutal and heartless crime? Was it premeditated? Was it a moment of rage? We may never know what led Philip to such an unthinkable act. The murder of Roberta Snyder is a chilling reminder that even the closest relationships can hide the darkest secrets. In the end, one small misstep in Philip's story unraveled a web of lies and brought justice for Roberta.